All right, guys, we're back on the baby bullet, the Wilton baby bullet, and we're working on the fixed jaw here, and that's this one here. This is kind of what it looks like when it gets done. Now, what we're doing is we're doing this radius tonight here and blending into this radius here. So, in the last video, you saw me mark this here. Now this mark is only for roughing right now, so we can chew that material out of there in a couple of ways. We can chop it out with an end mill, or we can bandsaw it out. We're going to try bandsawing it to get most of it out of there, but still leave some to hang on to. So we'll probably cut it back into this region here or something like that. Okay, so all this will go away. Just enough room to access it with tools. And we're going to use an interesting technique, and I've always called it Kellering. This is just a jaw drawing here, and this is basically what it is here. So what we're going to do is, using a 1/2-inch end mill here, what I've done is I've set that end mill tangent to that curve all the way down here, just like a CNC mill would do, okay? But what I've done is I've also given myself coordinates here. So if this is my starting point here, which would be actually I could kind of do this here, the top of the jaw here like so, right? My first move, I move over 100 thousandths roughly, and I drop down about 7 thousandths, and I take a pass, and so on, and so on, and so on, right? Okay, so all these coordinates are basically how far I'm moving over, and then these coordinates are how far I'm coming down, right? So this last one here gets me to the tangent point between this radius here and this radius here. And we'll do the next. The drawing gets way too busy if I try to put both on there at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll print the other one that has basically the same thing for this lower curve here, okay? So let's start out. We'll go over to the bandsaw, we'll chop that out of there, and then we'll get this in the mill and start whacking on this thing. This ought to be interesting. All right, so here we're over on the bandsaw. I've got it clamped in this old drill press vise, just because the piece is kind of small, and I'm going to be putting a lot of force on it, or a fair amount of force to make this cut. So it's just to give me a little gripping surface and a little bit of leverage, you know, so I can turn on this, and you know, it just makes it safer. So let's go for it. Let's give it a go. That's what I'll do first. Good. All right, so we're all set up here. I scooted it back 1 inch from my datum, so in re-zeroed. Got a 1/2-inch ball end mill here. So we're just gonna, and I'm over the starting position here, so I'm just gonna come down and touch off here, and I'm gonna zero my quill readout, because that's how I'm just gonna track my my vertical movements, because it's just convenient and easy. I think we're ready to go here. So, hey, you know what? Let's cut some metal, huh? What do you say? So our first cut is at 111. 111. Okay, and then it's at a depth of 007. It's not much of a cut. Let's go down to 7. All right. It's not going to be very exciting, this first one. Run this up to 1500 RPM or so. A little oily oil, pre-lube, and make a cut. Right? Double check. 111, 007. Agree. Okay. Like I said, it's not going to be very exciting for a minute. So I make a first pass, then I'm going to drop down to the next one, which is 029. This will be a little more exciting. And then I'm going to move over to 220. Go back across. Alright, we'll move the X first. Next one is 326. 326, and my depth is 064. So it's going to leave some facets on there, but that's okay. Yeah, I should have probably knocked a little more of that curve off of there, but that's okay. Gonna mow it off of there pretty quick. So 426, and what's the next one? 113. 113. You can already see it's starting to emerge there. 175. I think it's going to get easier from here. 519, 603. Pull it back across so you guys can see. See that curve? Coming right out of there. 40. 3. Okay, so that was 10 steps, I think. And, you know, you can see there's some little facets there, but that'll come out with a file, a lickety-split. So we've gone down to the tangent point here. So now I got to get the other chart of coordinates to do this concave curve here, and then we're going to take that all the way down to at least our cutoff point. And so we'll mow that out of there, and then we'll lop this off, and then we got a lot of file work to do. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the coordinates for the concave part. And I'll put these up with the plans on the blog site so you guys can, there's a link to Dropbox where you can download these. So you guys, you don't need a CAD program. You can get this off of the with the other plans. Okay, so let's cut the concave part. All right, let's move to our next coordinate here. 831. And down to 613. There we go. All right, let's roll. Looks about right. Ooh, close there. Getting close to the vise. Yeah, I'm off of the part on the. So that's as far as I need to go there. Double check. 1/26. Yeah. Excuse my blow. All right. Yeah, so we're past the. You can just see the scribe light in there. That's the cutoff line, and we just passed that. All right, so you can see that came out pretty good. Yeah, those are not the tiniest steps like you'd see in a fancy CNC deal, but those are certainly easy to file out, and it gives the tangency points are on the curve, the theoretical curve. So we just have to file until those go away, and it's pretty happy. All right, let's chop it off and get it out of there. All right, so this is one of those junctures where, you know, actually it paid to stop and think about this for a second. You know, I haven't made one of these before, so I went over and I was getting ready to set up to cut this off and end up with this, right? And I thought to myself, I said, geez, how are you going to hold on to that thing while you do all this file work and grinding and whatnot to kind of produce that shape, right? So I said, hey, hold up, don't cut it off yet. So I think, you know, what I decided while I was pausing there and thinking about it, and this is, you know, before you take something out of the mill or before you do some unrecoverable thing or difficult to recover from thing, you know, stop and think about it. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to make a cut along here, and I'm going to remove all that, and this is going to be my handle. So now I can clamp that in the vise kind of any way I want, and I can work all these surfaces pretty easily without having it welded to the tube right away. I can do a lot of the preliminary work. Cutting that off, that's really easy. It's just too tempting right now. So I'm going to bandsaw that off, and then I'll just mill it flat so it's parallel so I can grab it real good, and then we'll start the file work. Let's go do that. We're ready. I'm sure my vise is tight. Touch off. Fish around and look for the high spots. Now I got to be a little bit careful. I don't want to bump into my radius. Probably good there. And I'm just going to go until this surface cleans up. Enough. That's too much. Try that. A little oily oil. Oh yeah. Open the window now. All right, so there's our handle. That's going to be our holding fixture. You know, we can actually hold it in the belt sander or in the vise when we round all that stuff off. So kind of looks like the model, huh? Let's see, let's move that over a little bit. You guys can see that. Pretty cool. All right, so next up, well, we'll do the other jaw, and then it's going to be a file fest, file and grind fest for a while, and until we get these shaped up and looking spiffy like that. So, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for following the project. And thanks for all your words of encouragement and support on this project. This has been a great project for all of us. Okay? Thanks for watching.